Europe is set to become the first major jurisdiction in the world to introduce a comprehensive crypto law called MiCA, not quite sure, and it stands for Markets and Crypto Assets. The vote clears the way for the landmark regulation to take effect in 2024. And Lawrence and I are now joined by our very own CoinDesk regulatory reporter, Jack Schickler, who's been reporting on this for, ever since it came about. Jack, you've been following these developments. We know that very well. Just tell us what happened earlier today to begin with.
Well, this is the latest and probably final vote in a very lengthy piece of legislation that has been ongoing for several years now. It was originally posed 3 or 4 years ago when there was a spate of crypto issuances and white papers and coin offerings to try and regulate the market. And today was a final vote in the European Parliament saying this is the law we're happy with. They'd already kind of agreed what the shape of this new crypto licensing law would look like last year. So we already knew what the text was going to say. And this was just them saying, we've now seen the final version of the text in all the many languages of the EU, and we're happy with it. And really what that does is set the clock ticking for the law to actually take effect. So it now has to be finally approved by the EU's Council. Then it appears in the official journal. And then within 12 and 18 months after that, the law will actually have effect, and crypto providers like wallets, exchanges, stablecoin issuers will need to have a license, will need to follow these lengthy and quite complex rules if they want to do business within the block.
So that the council, I mean, we pretty much it passed quite. I don't want to say majority unanimously, but it was very overwhelming. It was 500 to like a couple of dozen. We're sure it's going to go through the council. When does that happen?
That should be due to happen within the next few weeks. The officials I've heard talking about it reckon that it will be all ready to be kind of actually officially put into the statute book in June. So we're not talking much longer. I mean, these things always take a little bit longer than you're expecting. There's no big kind of presidential signature ceremony as there is in the US with these kind of things, but it's pretty much set to happen now. And today's vote, although widely expected to pass, was the last substantive hurdle. The EU's Council represents member states. They definitely have views on it. They've added in a lot of those provisions that we see that will now regulate stable coins to prevent a future episode like Terra Luna collapse. But they've already had their say on those, and they've already agreed basically the text that we've seen today late last year. So it would be unlikely that they pose any extra hurdles. And most crypto companies already now will be starting to say, okay, this is the final version. We're going to start preparing to meet these rules.
Okay, very important question. MiCA or MiCA?
Well, you've really put your finger on the key issue there. Probably depends who you ask. I haven't heard a canonical version. And remember that they speak 24 different languages here in the European Union. So questions of pronunciation are pretty politically charged.